Kylie Jenner rewore Elizabeth Hurley's Versace dress, and Timothée Chalamet debuted new Tom Ford at the 2025 Golden Globes. Some things are simply too precious to occur more than once a year. Peak leaf season every autumn, the limited U.S. release of Cadbury cream eggs every spring, and the annual sighting of Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet at the Golden Globes ceremony, for example. The couple of almost 2 years was spotted getting romantic at last year's awards, and the 2025 Golden Globes also featured Jenner and Chalamet cozily attending together. Jenner was at the Golden Globes in a supportive capacity this year, sitting beside Chalamet, who was nominated for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy at the 2025 Golden Globes for his role as Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Chalamet's 2025 look was Hayter Ackerman for Tom Ford, a red carpet debut for Ackerman's first work as creative director for the house. Ackerman has been dressing the actor for years. The two are close friends and collaborators, all the way back to Ackerman's tenure at Hurley. So, of course, this was a perfect first sneak peek at the designer's vision and hints at what his first collection could look like. The black textured suit was slim, a markedly different silhouette for the label, with a blue spotty scarf wrapped around Chalamet's neck. The accessory could be one of the actor's more subtle efforts in method dressing, a neat reference possibly to Bob Dylan on his 1966 album, Blonde on Blonde. Jenner was clad in a vintage silver chainmail Atelier Versace dress from the spring 1999 collection. That was the same one worn by on the Elizabeth Hurley on the 90s awards show circuit with then-boyfriend Hugh Grant. Jenner's low-cut black Hane Mori lace dress from last year's Golden Globes was also an echo of a black lace Hurley awards show look, as it turns out. Obviously, there's plenty of evidence of Jenner and Chalamet giving extremely coupley vibes at times of the year that aren't the Golden Globes. After all, they just spent the holidays together in New York, something I personally just did with my own partner and can attest you don't tend to do with anyone you're not serious about, if only because our partners tend to witness us at our worst around our families, and I, for one, prefer to be thought of as perfect. Still, in a culture of automatic Instagram overexposure, there's something almost quaint about how little I know about Jenner and Chalamet as a couple. I do know, though, that it's nice to see them every year at the Globes. Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. What happens when a famous man dates the wrong woman? In choosing to date Kylie Jenner, Timothée Chalamet has divided his fan base. But a woman coming under fire for daring to date a beloved male celebrity is nothing new, says Maddie Musson.
The world looked on last night as Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner happily enjoyed their second outing at the Golden Globes, 1 year on from their first awards season appearance back at the same ceremony in 2024. And, just like last year, the world disapproved. Images of the couple showed the actor and beauty mogul smiling, kissing, and playfully taking pictures of each other. The comment section tells quite a different story. I thought he was an intellect. Guess not, one commenter wrote under a picture of Chalamet and Jenner kissing, posted to Instagram by Vogue. No one wants to see them together, another added. Meanwhile, a follower of Elle magazine commented under a similar picture, "Stop trying to make Kylie happen." Under one of Glamour's pictures of Jenner, someone wrote, "Timothy, leave that praying mantis. The Kardashians are bad women. You will regret this." This is the general consensus on Chalamet's decision to date Jenner, a 27-year-old reality TV star, beauty business owner, and mother of 2. And it's not just the mega fans who think it, though rest assured, they aren't happy about it. When Chalamet and Jenner's relationship was first confirmed to the public in September 2023, after they were filmed kissing at a Beyoncé concert, Club Chalamet, one of Timothée Chalamet's most prominent online fan accounts, went live on Twitter Spaces for a near-hour-long rant about Chalamet's decision to date Jenner, which Club Chalamet deemed a PR relationship. Despite their relationship having now lasted for nearly 2 years, Kylie Jenner has not gained the trust or acceptance of Chalamet's fans, nor the general public. The reaction to her position next to Chalamet at the Golden Globes last night is nearly identical to the response last year, when their PDA-heavy first awards appearance prompted much criticism of, well, something. But what? No one can quite put their finger on it, but everybody knows that Jenner isn't right for Chalamet. It's the same story over and over again with women who dare to date famous men, explains pop culture writer and critic Kylie Donaldson. See Sophie Hunter, Zoe Ashton, Olivia Wilde, Amelia Warner, FKA Twigs, Meghan Markle, and too many others to count. Donaldson first wrote about this topic in 2023, when actress Alba Baptista came under fire for having the audacity to marry Chris Evans, aka Captain America. Baptista was lambasted by Evans's fans, who considered Evans to be too good for Baptista and refused to acknowledge the pair's relationship as fact. It's always perilous for a woman to date a famous man, especially one who's been deemed an internet boyfriend or has a devoted fandom, says Donaldson. With the most overzealous fans, there will never be a woman good enough for their favorite, and it doesn't take much for that to evolve into something extremely misogynistic and borderline conspiratorial. Another notable example of this behavior in recent months has been the response to Paul Mescal's relationship with American singer Gracie Abrams. The internet has selected Abrams as one of its latest villains, pelting her with online vitriol after it decided Abrams was an undeserving Nepo baby. She is the daughter of Star Wars reboot director J.J. Abrams, who is unfit for Mescal's affections. With Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, Donaldson notes that it's a easy claim to allege that Chalamet has somehow been forced into a PR relationship with Jenner, even though they've been together for about 2 years and are seldom seen in public as a pair. It perpetuates the nasty dynamic where the woman is a scheming bully and the man a beleaguered puppet in some big publicity scheme, she says. This method of magical thinking also conveniently allows fans who think they might still have a chance with Chalamet to excuse his behavior as false or manipulated, instead of accepting that he's actually in a relationship with someone who is not only unlike them, but also literally not them. A lot of people think that Jenner isn't smart enough for Chalamet, positioning him as a great intellect and her as a bimbo, which is obviously silly, Donaldson says. Many of these so-called fans have also been vicious about her children, which is unacceptable. Look up the Chalamet subreddit to see some of the most unhinged things on the internet. They think she's beneath him, so it must be a fake romance. Donaldson calls the narrative around Jenner and Chalamet deeply sexist, and notes that it shouldn't be too hard to believe that two attractive rich people in the same age bracket might like one another. When you're so devoted to an obviously misogynistic idea of a celebrity's spouse, it's clear that no woman would ever satisfy your so-called truth, she concludes. It's ironic, really, that the conversation around Jenner is still so vicious, when just last month the internet was waxing lyrical in defense of Blake Lively, who for a brief period became the wrong type of woman too. Clearly, we have learnt nothing. Look of the week. Kylie Jenner's Golden Globes dress was a nod to Liz Hurley. Editor's note, featuring the good, the bad, and the ugly, Look of the Week is a regular series dedicated to unpacking the most talked-about outfit of the last 7 days. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet renewed their status as one of Hollywood's most discussed couples after an affectionate appearance at the Golden Globe Awards on Sunday. It was Jenner's second time at the ceremony supporting Chalamet, who was nominated for Best Actor in Musical or Comedy for his turn as Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Last year, the couple made a somewhat low-key official debut, Chalamet in a sequined Celine suit jacket and Jenner in a black lace Hanai Mori gown. This time around, Jenner made more of a statement, at least sartorially. Her silver chainmail dress was archival Versace from the Atelier's Spring-Summer 1999 collection. Keen-eyed fashion enthusiasts and those tuned into 90s pop culture may recognize the gown. It was the same chainmail dress worn by Liz Hurley in 1999 at the Council of Fashion Designers of America, CFDA, Fashion Awards in New York. Hurley was accompanied by her then-boyfriend Hugh Grant, who at the time was cementing his name as British acting royalty, fresh from turns in 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Notting Hill. Yet despite only having starred in Austin Powers, Hurley, never one to fade into the background, was already accruing a string of seismic red carpet appearances that put her on the map far beyond being Grant's girlfriend. While some top designers initially refused to dress the lesser-known model and actress in the early years of the decade, Versace had become a faithful go-to. The fashion house provided Hurley with gowns that have since gone down in fashion history. From the risque safety pin dress worn in 1994 to the chainmail gown of 1999, now revived by Jenner. The Kylie Cosmetics founder wasn't the only attendee taking inspiration from the 90s, as actor Ayo Edebiri arrived in an oversized grey low-waist suit that seemed to nod to Julia Roberts' legendary Armani menswear moment at the 1990 Golden Globes. And although Jenner, like Hurley, is dating one of the most famous actors of our time, there was, of course, no risk of her being stuck in Chalamet's shadow. The beauty and fashion mogul's star power extends far beyond whoever she is romantically linked with, and by slipping on the historic Versace dress, Jenner aligned herself with one of Hollywood's fashion trailblazers.